You've lost me with the boat's amazing.
Yeah, boating.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna get some more props as we go along. I will get little things to put on the map. I mean, I'll probably get in trouble for it, but I mean, it's for the memes, so that's all that really matters. But messing around aside, it's actually time to go live and get into the game because this is an exciting one. This means a lot. You're starting to see that kind of top positions being really fought for. A couple of teams getting very close to it. Of course, Liquid leading the fray. FaZe not too far behind. Blank really keeping up with the pack. And then Pentra and Method not too far off.
Fantastic game so far. Remember, this is only day 1. This is game number 4. Everything to play for. This is the wonderful world of PUBG where even if you're down and out after game 1, it's not over and done with. You go to your hotel, you get your heads together, you watch the VOD, you speak to your coach, you speak to the analyst, you see what you did wrong. Days 2 and 3, it's all still to play for. So, the initial plane's coming in for game number 4. She starts all the way down in the corner on that west coast. Gonna head straight across, not much of a tilt towards the north end on the east side. So we're on the lower end of the map here, Pansy. A few teams gonna have to do not too much work, but they will be arriving slightly late to their normal hometown.
Well, your route that you chose wasn't far off. I mean, you gave it a good go. I think,
Hey, I didn't think about that, actually.
No, you weren't that far from being spot on, so don't worry. We will see if there's any early kerfuffles going on, but it seems as though most people have decided on where they want to go, the kind of position things that will supplement and complement them and sit into the correct positions. I don't think there's too much sort of boisterous play. There's a little bit of a battle coming out towards Ganka.
Circle.
Pardon? Pardon? Why have we angered you, PUBG gods? What have we done for this?
Okay, so let's talk bigger picture then.
What does this mean?
I think now it will kind of maybe put a little bit of a halt on some of the teams that are looking further afield. So Georgia Paul, all right, these teams want to go to their hometown. They want to go. They know their loot routes. They know where they need to be. They know where they go from normal. But this kind of puts a little bit of a back burner on it because potentially this could be going to Sosnovka Island. All right, the boats are going to be limited. I've seen a few teams now. They'll take a boat, and if they've got time, they'll blow the other ones up. Just so
That's
people.
rude.
I love it. I am a bit of a bugger in game. If I see vehicles, and if I'm fighting a team, there's 2 vehicles, I'll pop the tires on one and get out of there on the other one. It's like, boys, you gotta survive. You gotta do your own thing. But this circle potentially could put a halt on those teams going up north. Maybe where, and Avenger spoke to it on the desk. This is a bit of a utility patch. Grenades, you'll see them. It came in with patch 14.
Yep.
They hurt like a tank. It's 20 meters pretty much, and that's 3.5. But it's the circle zone. Those grenades hurt. The Molotovs, they burn. They move across wood as well. This is all to do with that. You throw in the level 2s, trying to find them at this range. You come into this circle undergeared, you're going to get punished.
Yeah, I think that's as simple as it is. I know a lot of the teams do now realize how important it is to get that decent loot to themselves, and they do generally have that backup plan if your spot does get taken or if it's not providing you with what you need. But still, you do want that flush loot, and if you're looking at the teams who are actually on Sosnovka Island, on the Millie Island, they're laughing here. This is the best situation for them. I actually really like the positioning on the Novo team. You can already see them splitting out to have one player on the crossroads to keep security towards that. I think it's very easy to fall into the trap of being unaware of time and when rotations come in, whether people go early or late, if they just want to kind of Hail Mary it. With these circles, a lot of the time you will want to get round to the southern island early because there's not much to fight for if you want to put all your eggs in that basket, bear in mind. So you will see teams move earlier and sacrifice a lot of loot. So you might have your, let's say, scout go a little early, more than normal, or something of that such if you do the 2-2 split. We'll see if that's the factor here. There is potential they could still sit towards the north of the island. It's just a gift to play on. Oh yeah, it's rough either way.
It'd be a swing and a half. The one team that's going to be sitting happy in all of this is going to be FaZe, because regardless of which way that goes,
they're golden.
They can play spoiler to so many teams because they can watch this entire from mill to power. I mean, you can see already, look at Jempty. He's going down to find the boats early game. He'll bring them together, more than likely behind the power plant.
Nice little fleet.
Yeah, I like it. This is exactly what they'll do. They'll all just get together. Nobody can now come off of this side of the island. They're going to lock this thing down, play the bodyguards, play the spoiler if anybody tries to go for the early boats. He's looking at vehicles. He's looking down below. Mini power's going to be there, full power. They're laughing. They can just loot this. They're going to be geared out of their mind. I'm interested to see if they stay there, because with FaZe, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know exactly what's going on in their minds, because we're not at that point yet. But still, in theory, they don't really have to do too much because of where this circle goes. You can sit and you can just kind of play the circle at its own game. Drop comes in, though, first one. That's actually going to go straight to Atlantis. Oh, my word. We got an arm straight off the bat. We got a ghillie suit. We don't have the 8 times, but a 4 still bloody damn good because this is going to be a small circle fast.
Exactly. It's quite funny with the 8 times and such. You can debate whether you prefer it. It's completely, I think, player preference at times. I don't think there's any mechanical reason where you'd adore the 8 over the 4. You can still see to the same sort of degree apart from the very small angles. Now, this is what I was discussing, early rotations. The blue is yet to really kick in, and you're seeing teams pushing themselves to that island, trying to get a bit of a foot towards the water. But as I highlighted earlier, I like the way the team in Novo currently put their position to have 1 player on the crossroads. It's an early warning system for 1. It's a very greedy play. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean in the fact that they want to keep positioning here. And with being so little available, having that early foot there is excellent. You're seeing maybe Rogue considering doing something similar.
We might have a 3-team cross battle here. You're going to have Penta on one side of the eastern bridge. You're also going to have 2 teams kind of focus fire here, potentially. In fact, initial shots are actually coming through. It's the SLR. Penta straight onto Moonwolf, unfortunately. They're going to lose the player straight off the bat. It sounds beautiful, this thing, doesn't it? What a ridiculously good weapon.
It is very nice. You could even argue a little bit too powerful at times. The thing works very well.
Stronger than both mini SKS. The SKS is 53. This is 58.
You're seeing it here.
Literally 3 damage below a crate gun of an MK.
Exactly. Like this is the thing. Is when you compare it to the, I guess, yeah, the MK14. The difference really becomes on range. The damage drop that used to be there. It does still suffer slightly in that aspect in comparison to the MK, but not by enough of a margin you ever care about. That's the only thing you'll see. Now, this is what I was talking about early.
Oh, there it is.
This is the play that I love coming out. There's not only the early kill, well, so that's a very big, authoritative play. It's showing dominance, and they are not sitting back, resting on their laurels. They want to push this. They want to maintain this sort of position here.
If you are new to PUBG and you are wondering why we get excited over this gun, this is your big boy. This is your badass bouncing baby boy, whatever you want to call it. The AWM is killer. It's the only it literally is the only sniper rifle in the game that instas people with level 3 helmets. It's absolutely disgusting. That's why it's limited to 20 bullets. So if you are going to pick it up, make sure you give it to someone on your team that's going to hit every single bullet because it's limited. But when they do hit, it hurts.
This is the thing. That's why. And let's put this into perspective. Now, Penta, they got the couple of kills early on. They push for the actual confirmation of it as well. I like that. This is something I want to see about teams, is them being confident within their moves. Now, it's easier said than done, obviously, because you have to cross all the T's, dot all the I's. Pushing up on your own is very dangerous, especially when you're in the heavy cross point, like that bridge, that will be considered by many teams, whether or not they actually go for it. That's beyond the point. But look at FaZe, Knight, all of these players kind of condensing around this very southerly point. Texas, a player that my eyes have been going towards more and more often. I think we sit towards a similar marker on what this guy can achieve.
No fear. It's the best way of describing it. The man has absolutely no fear to push, to advance.
He's going to have to keep a little bit of that with FaZe in the background. Sometimes,
though, he has been punished for it. Like, he will step up a little. It's like, all right, we fancy a kill out here. He'll get overly aggressive, put himself in a bit of a bad position. Someone else will just clean him up. So a few times, it's not gone his way. This time, it could be difficult. The rest of the nights, they will be following through. You can see them just on the edge there. They'll be confirming this one to try and work the way down to it. But they've got to be careful because of where FaZe is. They might crash directly into them. They're holding back for now. Wizards are also on the rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams still all out in the open. It was on stream. I'm sorry, Rustin Ma, but you just potatoed that one.
Got the kill. So, I mean,
that's
the
what
important
matters.
Part's there, but it doesn't mean I'm not laughing a little bit.
Hey, that must have 24.
Yeah. And we are going to be seeing a lot of those teams again. This is now the southern push. This is a lot of teams going over. We'll see if anyone gets fully picked up. Obviously down to 20. Well, down. I say we started on 20 teams. So we're fine. Knights, got to be careful. They're very much teeter on the edge of a bit of an issue here. A little bit split up with a lot of big teams close-ish by. They're safe to, a close potential, but it's when their rotations come in, that's when the threats then start to arise. You've got Penta being very watchful, being very willing to take fights here. That looks like Alliance coming in as well. You're seeing the shots come back out. They will be the bridge campers. They'll be the, the bridge guardians. And they're spread out enough that they're controlling a lot of the potential threats. So they're holding the kind of T-junction town just, well, I say town, it's the T-junction just before you get to the bridge. And then having a player on the beach side, which I really like. It's a very complimentary position. It's a very easy way to kind of deny line of sight with the car, dip down that side, get up towards the bridge, you're golden. But with the player there, they can be a consistent nuisance, and they keep information. Now, looking outside of that, Liquid still looting up, taking a lot of their time here. No one really being picked up even towards this southeast side yet, at least of the main island. We are going to be seeing Zaki getting a nice little boat, so that's a touch.
We just got to... At the moment, we're kind of just killing time because we're all way up.
Texas, that's what you want to see from this man. Jempty goes down, but can he get to cover, or is he... That's confirmed. Jempty gets very caught out. Texas, you've only got 2 bullets. Get that reload, get ready, because Fuzzface and the boys are on the way. Texas spots one, he can line this up. He wasn't aware, he wasn't prepared, and I don't think you ever can be for FaZe in those situations. So quick to react, but I've got to say, they have lost out on 1 man here, not 4 alive.
So the question that I kind of put to you here is, and this is, I don't want to say Texas in a bottle, so to speak, but we do see him now and again going down a little bit early. We know his aggression is there. We know his aim's there. He's a fragger at the end of the day. He does his job. But is 15 points this early on worth trading a man?
I mean, it's always going to be debatable. You could talk this out all day long. It's with hindsight and such and so on, you could debate it. For him, he saw 1 player, and then there was a lot more. And it's like when you kill one of the FaZe guys, the last thing you kind of hope, you're like, I can't wait for all of the other players to be here. Now, Knights have a good idea where they are, and it's not too surprising. We know the rotation route from FaZe to a lesser degree, especially if the circle does go south. We do have another team kind of working their way over as well. And the teams who are swimming their way could get punished on this.
Red Zone still way out in the open. They're going to be absolutely late to this. The circle... She swings, and she goes all the way down south, so Sosnovka will become home territory. And you do have that radio tower smack bang in the middle, which I saw a couple of players from Rogue earlier on kind of teetering around the edge. Yep. They'll now be kings of the mountain, just happily with open arms, let everybody transition across. Look at Blank, though. Blank are actually bridge camping. So you're going to have Flames, you're going to have Liquid.
Underneath, yeah.
You also might potentially here have Red Zone as well. 3 teams, if they're quick, they could set up and prepare for them.
Christ, this bridge is going to get busy. Look at Alliance are on the way. Penta have just crossed. It's going to be very condensed on that map, especially on that smaller side. So we are going to have to zoom in on that at some point to really get an image of it. But there's still teams crossing, so you can see the balance here. Now, the one good thing about this position, aside from the drastic amount of water, is the fact that the terrain does allow for a lot of room. There's a lot of deflates and dips that you can put a position towards and put a team in and still maintain some level of safety.
One thing I just want to make a note on, look at Liquid. They're in the vehicles, they've actually paused. So they're stopping it, all right, they'll be getting healed up because they need the health because they're outside in the blue. Yeah. But they're also, these guys are going to be coming in ridiculously late. Slow is going to be the name of the game here as we see Blank. They are going to be downstairs, but they'll be able to catch these people coming across the bridge now. The rest of Flames, they need to make the move. Atlantis getting a few little dinks from the side. Already one of the players from Rogue has fell. The power of the AWM. The tire's gone. The vehicle's flipping around. And here comes the rest of Alliance. Can they all get across, though? 4 men alive. I think they do it.
Yep, they're safe for now. You can actually lay down a lot of fire towards this position from those hills. It's not too surprising. But Penta are well dug in. But look at the damage towards the man on the roof. That's actually not Alliance. That was from the other side of things.
SLR.
SLR is coming through. We've got Grubsy with the Scar as well, so a lot of pressure towards this area. Look how far away that is.
That's VZ as well, so that now Atlantis have actually took one down. They killed one from Alliance. They are causing all kinds of problems for these 2 teams below them.
Leads that shot just slightly. Crazy Cage.
It's it.
You just want to see that shot land. That's all you're hoping for. But it's not easy. They're making it hard. No one sits still in these games. It's not how it works anymore. It's not like the games you play at home sometimes. Everyone knows how to dodge and dive between these bullets and try and make it very difficult. Ibiza just running himself over and Scoom's down towards a fight. Scoom's in trouble, actually. He can get a heal off, but again, this is not how you want to be seeing Liquid go about this. I was going to say with Liquid, them and Method played it very slow last time we saw circles like this. Both those teams stood out to me as a team that took their time on it. This could be something they're used to doing. So I wouldn't be too worried about them. I think having that fight then was far from ideal, though.
Look at this setup from Atlantis. SLR and AWM on the front line. Yep. 2 big boy guns on the back. Oh, I said 2 big boy guns. You got one in the form of the DP, but then you got the Scar as well. So just watching that backside, nobody can kind of creep up behind them. The SLR is well and truly fixated on the 2 teams that are directly below them. They've already caused problems. You can still hear that gun going off in the background. I want to see some kills from it, though, because, again, you are limited to 20 bullets only. Unless, of course, you get a second crit, and that would be extremely lucky. This is where the M24 has a massive advantage, all right? It doesn't have the same power and the same damage ability, but still it's 7.62. You can find it scattered all over the map. You can ask your AKM users to chuck it your way if you really want to. You get a lot more bang for buck when it comes to the M24. And again, it still does more damage than a Kar 98. Not that much, only 4, but sometimes that 4 can be all that makes the difference. Blank, once again, still on foot here. They did swim originally underneath, but you know, they're playing the late game. They got 4 alive.
I would say the only issue is when you're running like this, and they have been for a while. They swam through the bridge here in the blue. Then you burn through meds that you'd really want to get towards the late game.
Look how far they are for running.
Exactly. They've still got a fair way to go in this situation. This could be. I don't know if Wizards know they're there. I don't know if they got ahead of them and then just kind of, all right, we'll gatekeep. They could be doing that. Circle centralizes, nicely done. That's a good little touch for these teams. If V's are still alive and kicking, you can see that. And a couple of teams very late to this, getting across that bridge.
Maybe onto one of the players from Wizards, hits him. I think that was with the SKS. I didn't quite catch it, but certainly a headshot came through. 71 players, and now they're all moving down. Liquid needs to get across, fast. They've got one person gatekeeping behind. The Arrows outside playing in the blue. Flames have made it in. It looks like IB and Eleganton are also working the way in. Andy Pyro from Method, he's got a friend with him, but they're going to run straight into the back of Blank. Now they're stuck in a rock and a hard place because they do have Fake right directly behind them. How Method play this one could play spoiler for Blank, or it could go the way of Blank. They can run this slow. They're on the slow side of the circle. They literally could gatekeep Method if they know where they are. They definitely have heard that vehicle, though.
I don't know if they have the sustain for it either. I mean, one tag and a couple of these guys could be in genuine issue.
It's a bigger picture, isn't it?
So it is, you've got to think about down the line. Method have players split towards the northern side so they can wrap it as well. So they obviously the other team, Blank, don't know that, and they don't know the Wizards are ahead of them. So you kind of want to be playing on the the cautious side until you're to at least the circle safety. For now, though, some of these teams don't have that luxury. Grow laying down a couple of shots here, and again, the Copenhagen Flames are feeling a lot of the pressure this time. Bjorn goes down and gets confirmed by one of the other teams.
Stolen. Okay, sneaky 15 points goes to Mazalius. We've still not seen Liquid actually enter the fray here. We'll also definitely know that there are members of Red Zone still live, even though they lost a few players on transition across. Oh, here we go.
Here they come on the
Look
push
at all
bikes.
these banks. This is going to be noisy.
Biker boys from Mars. Right, biker boys from Mars, but do you remember watching that?
It works.
I
do.
Love it. I used to love the figure of Vinny. It was amazing. I remember his name.
They were pretty buff
they
for
were
a mouse.
edgy.
Yeah.
They were edgy as hell. I mean, whew.
What was the other one? I'm trying to think now. The other one that was a very edgy cartoon. There was a few back in there.
Street Sharks.
Shaggy George. Now that was a program. Anyway.
Here we go. This could get a little bit fun. You can see that Method, I think, is still around here pretty close by. Wizards aren't far away either. And this will be Blank working their way forward. They did burn through a couple of their meds. You can see no med packs left or kits. And these shots hurt. Pubg feeling that one. And, well, you can't really get away with it being a one-man band. You can try and be a nuisance, but it won't do much beyond that. But it's Method's response, because they aren't far away. They'll hear these shots. They'll see the knock. They'll see whatever. And they'll know who's close by.
Jeem's actually going to pull into it. He needs to be really careful here with Method. Unless they swing it wide and get this information, all right, they're all on vehicles. But they need to make sure they do take this one wide. Otherwise, they're going to run directly into this fight. I think they'll keep on the outside. Larson, you'll see the knock and the kill does come through. So 15 points going his way with the mini. Couple of, no, frozen a vehicle. Name a worse duo. Oh, poor bugger. And he got killed by his old organisation as well, so that's
feels bad.
That's a feels bad, man. First team to go. Is that the second time we've seen Red Zone? I could be wrong there, but that's
it's not a big.
No, that's not good, man.
No, Liquid are going to be heading up towards this side as well. They're not far off from this. They'll be going towards the Penta side of the circle, so East Bridge.
I like how they just. Yep, he's got some loot. Let's go check it.
They're feeling it, and I like that. Why not? We saw them being a little bit, not getting the timing right of being aggressive and when to be passive before, and I like this play. It's assertive. But the circle will force them to move now. Method in a good position to gatekeep out Liquid, Penta, and actually it's Method engaging towards Liquid here. Now, Blank aren't far behind them either. This could be a lot of third-party play coming through. We've got to get onto that fight because it's lighting up the kill feed now. Andy Pyro finds Jeems, and this is where it could all unfold for Penta and the likes of Liquid if they try and come this way.
Gaxi from the opposing side as well. Watch the kill feed. Blank turn up. That's the SMGs. Remember these weapons up close and personal. All right, it's only 9 mil, but it still does so much damage with 120% damage multiplier on all the limbs. If you catch a person off guard, you will rip them completely to pieces. Liquid's life might have just been saved by Blank to a lesser degree. It's given them a chance because Method weren't moving. The call will be made that there's still people there and there's still members of Method alive. But now you're worried about Blank. Where are these guys? Are they going to try and get into the circle? Are they going to beat us to the punch? And a lot of these teams are about to be gate-kept out of this. Alliance are in a bit of a predicament. They can probably get somewhere safe, but look from up above. This is a scary, scary thing to be looking down at. You know what? I really hope a few of the Blank players have actually got SMGs, so they just gatekeep here. They're all going for it now. Molman doesn't catch anyone with that AKM. If he did, it'd be nasty. Chris is all back up. Andy P, unfortunately, is down and out for now. Moleman's got a little bit of fire towards him. That's from the team. I think that's Penta actually firing it. It is indeed. Cup of Magic there. Going to find Moleman. Sigsy's come back into the matter. This is scary times. And you can see up above like crows, like vultures picking up the bodies, just finding them as they fall. That'll be Genius' second or third knock now for sure. He's going to bleed real quick. Yeah. But then again, you don't want to let this happen because somebody will just steal this. That's the unfortunate thing. Chronix with the M24 in the kill feed. What did I say about the SMGs? That's going to be a knock from the AKM. Lockwood finish it onto Scoom. James is out as well. I think it's Ibit. It's only literally Santi remaining here. Going out in 17th would be devastating for Liquid. Yeah, and there's not much they can do about it. They've been bullied around here. They tried to play it late and it did not work out. Penta again being a perpetual nuisance to these teams. Keeping them in good position and laying down the fire towards Method. And look at this dip. That's a real nice spot to be in. Very good cover for them to play off of, especially with that range. And here comes the rest of the squad. Here comes the cavalry. They've brought the vehicle up, but you won't be using that much more now. Just going for the spray down with the SLR. Try and find a few more. Don't necessarily need it. Ooh, what have we got? This is interesting for late game. It's a cheeky little pickup, isn't it? Hey! So it's an MK, you're going to have the level 3s in there, double 8 times. What on earth is that? That's a weird drop. Rumour has it, if you put it on the end of the gun, you get 16. Oh, damn. Is that how? Apparently. I can't count that high, so. Yeah? No. Math is hard. That's obviously not true, by the way, for anyone who's going to get slightly triggered and say, that's wrong. Don't say things like that. So, there is a big, massive colour here in this circle. It's, oh my god. That grenade does so much damage. Look at them flashing now. About 5 HP on 2 players. Will the Copenhagen Flames seal this one through and unfortunately knock out the Izako balls? They're all clinging on to dear life. They're going to get the heels off for now. Pony Rider could peek this one. Look at them. All with these SM. It's great to see UMPs in play. I love it. Well, for now, Ghost is going to show us what he's going to make. This should be nice from him here, actually. He gets a couple of connections, which his teammate does. Morpheus finds the shot towards Pony Rider. The trade has not come back in. The Copenhagen Flames are struggling. They're being completely and utterly doused here as Morpheus tries to go a little bit too far, gets punished for that one. But Fever trying to get a little bit hot and sweaty about this. Can't get it done. He does get a little bit of action going, but beyond that, they've been struggling a lot here. They completely held back. They should have pushed on that, pushed on it hard. They got the nade, they saw the knock come through, they knew exactly where they were. If there's a bloom of smoke, you know there's going to be a team lingering somewhere, and why wait for them to come to you? Uh-oh, FaZe. This is the last man standing. They're out early as well. They just went down in 16th. All these big hitters drop in, so we've seen Liquid go, we've seen FaZe go. This is the time for these other teams to really step up the pace here, bag some points, and jump on the scoreboard. Yeah, this is. I'll look at who's left alive, and we'll see who's in the top 6 standing, who could really, I guess, benefit from this. For me, I like Alliance's position. It's going to be very busy. I think they're one of the teams that could do with a little jump up the leaderboard. They haven't put up the big number yet. We are seeing Method as well, one of the teams up there. They were kind of sitting behind Penta and Blank, but they could really do with it. And we do see another team being taken out. This grow up looking a little worse for wear. Rather unfortunate, but the Knights will be happy with those kills. Looks like going to be around 30 to 45 points potentially. Depends how many kills they've actually picked up off the back of it. However, one, they'll be making a walk across, but we do have back from Zaki on top of that hill, not quite central. Circle does get a bit of a swing, more favouring the eastern teams. Method, they're kind of in the same predicament, so to speak, as the Penta are. The fact that they, as soon as they come out of their home position, they have to face raining hellfire here from Atlantis, who are still controlling the aerial tower. You can't go up the side of it. The bigger issue for where these guys are currently if the circle did shift away from him, so to speak, that's where they kind of hit a difficult spot, because then there's only one place for them to go.
Singularity are done.
Still hearing that Orm in the back kicking off. We can't have many bullets left now. Kramer again. The Knight's still picking up points. Atlanta's still picking up points. Fish in a barrel currently.
But the issue now becomes, look at that circle. Getting off that hill is a little bit tricky. They do have a man sat slightly further down the road, but it can be very polarizing. If you're on the wrong side and it splits the wrong way, you might have to just take a jump and hope for the best. But for now, they're okay. There is a way down that they can go for, but if someone like Alliance or one of the other teams on this side gets a little bit, you know, in their face, like we're seeing here, they could struggle to push off to the next circle. That's where the issues really begin. We are seeing Penta being picked up. Is that a complete pickup too? I'm not sure. But these guys are not looking so hot right now. The Blue's moving on his back, and he has nowhere to go, really. I think, there it is. He looked like tripped over his heels.
M24, Sigsy comes in at range. Jumps Alliance up another position. They've made a minimum of top 10 here. I kind of alluded to it, but I like how you touched on it, Pansy. If this circle doesn't go their way, they have to traverse down. There's only one real route, because you have to jump down for all the levels. The only way down is that path on the back. Alliance can sit here and just melt them.
They've got it, yeah. This is smart positioning from Alliance. If you hold that side, if you keep T-Bone to this position a little bit further around to your right, he can be the kind of watching the flank, essentially. You want to keep that under wraps, because they're going to have to get aggressive. And if you're Alliance, you know that as well. You know the options that they have and don't have, but of course you don't know who's around you. And I'm pretty sure that's a confirmation of Moonwolf being taken out. But for now, you are seeing a couple of these teams now being gate kept out of this. Rogue in a good spot here, but Method, I see him on the kill food. We're seeing fights coming through. Mole Man has a little bit of target practice to kick into. They're all a bit down below them, and oh no, Alliance, they rested on their laurels. They didn't expect the peaks to be coming out just like this. And I was hoping someone would be positioned for a T-Bone, maybe someone to watch from this fire from above, but they have let it go just that little bit too long. Now, again, they are in the better position, Alliance, but do they have what they can, you know, deal with? Can they deal with what's about to be thrown at them? They know the other team has to get aggressive, and they're about to do it. You can see that AK play coming out. He's charging down the hill, AK to hand, ready to go. Reels holds the angle, but he might have missed that little bit of a second where he's going to get down below him. Oh, the timing. Reels, he gets one. He gets the second as well. Reels just destroyed two. This could be their downfall. This might have just cost them enough. And there, he's going to keep confirming these kills with a smile on his face. But now, what else does he have left to... Dear sweet God. Just about staying into that. Drops down again. And we're good to go. Alliance now. Back to the wall gaming. There's not much left of him. It's one man, I'm pretty sure, on Reels here. Can he do any more damage?
See how this one kind of plays out. Keep your eyes on that kill feed while we do. We'll see who wins.
With a UMP.
Have you noticed two of them don't actually have any red dot or anything?
Blue's moving in right about now. Here you go. Reels has to move. That's pretty, yeah, that's a lot of damage coming through. So again, Alliance tried to be a spoiler there, couldn't do it. I
think he should run now. I think this will hurt him really badly if they don't move now. They'll put themselves in a bit of a bad position.
There's fire coming in from WTSG as well, so they could be stealing these kills.
Oh no, they're all tanked up. This is going to really, really hurt. 26 alive. Method though, I'm impressed. 4 kills so far.
They stayed alive through that as well.
They have. Losing Andy earlier on in that cross kind of...
Oh, Gatsy, how are you alive, my man? What is that?
Look at all this 9mm doing so much damage, but all of a sudden Rogue, they want to get involved in this one.
Oh,
Uzi?
God.
Hello?
Put the
Molly him.
Oh,
go on, lad.
Go. Yep. Time to run. You can see the damage chunking in towards the chance, so that's not going to be too nice. Larson gets caught out, though. And really, WTSG have not had the best of times. You're down to just this Uzi, the Mac 10, what do you want to call it? Up close and personal. It ain't bad, but it ain't good enough. Not at this point, not at this position. I know you love a SMG, Rich, but not today.
Yeah, it's that position with 9mm. All right, it's good up close and personal, but you have to make sure that, A, you see them before they see you, and every single bullet counts, because if someone turns around with 5.56 or 7.62, you're dead. You're gone. You ain't winning that battle. Yeah,
you've got to talk about aim punch and time to kill, right? The time to kill with things like, I guess 9mm. Anything smaller caliber, it takes longer. So if you think about the ability to turn a fight around, it always sit with the gun that can do more damage instantly, right? So like an AK. So it's very hard to recover once you start getting shot at. That aside, we can talk about that another time, because that's just a nerdy little conversation, because I hate aim punch in any game.
There's a bigger story on that one as well.
We'll have a little chat. You can see people creeping their way forward, trying to use any part of the terrain that's available to them.
Oh, no MBS. Not like this.
Oh, it's underwhelming, isn't it? It's just like that
Not
awkward,
like this.
I'll have a nap. I'll have a little dirt nap. I
am
take
dead.
nap now. Like an angry child.
I'm going to take a nap here. It's going to be here.
Have you seen that gif of the kid in the sand? It's like, I take naps.
Straight in the sand.
Yeah, that's how I live my life.
Just talk. really about aim punch, what you mentioned. The more damage your gear takes, the more aim punch you take. Watching one of Wacky Jackie's videos, shout out to Wacky Jackie because they're amazing. But as you do lose durability on the vests, like, it becomes so prevalent. You're trying to aim at somebody. If you are all tanked up, that's why sometimes when you take a bullet, it might wobble a bit more. Again, bigger picture. You've got meds, you've got gear, you've got utility.
You've got an MK14. Do you know what? The one thing I love about this ridge right here is one of my favorite ridges in the entire game as well. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's so good to play from. You've got the trees. There's actually a ridge behind it too. On the top of it, this is like the second part. If you play further up the hill, you have so much dominance. But with this many teams alive, you can't have it all. It's not all for free. And we are still seeing the team that was up by the radar tower still doing some damage here. Method, I think, have just been swept aside.
One player left.
Wait, who's still standing?
It must be 80, surely. Has to be. Fake, just looking around the back. You speak about a little defilade there, the little ditch. One grenade, though. That's the problem. One grenade will just flush him out.
It's calculated risks at this point. Terrain is the name of the game, and holding the high ground is still important. We'll see who gets it. There's actually not that many people in the current circle. The blue is going to force them forward, and we'll see who really wants to be dominant here. A couple of teams really starting to fold in together. The southeast side Rogue is going to be going for it. Knights on the other side. That's a big fight for position too. Knights have been doing quite okay for themselves, but this positioning up above is going to be just keeping a lot of these guys off at arm's length.
They're a survival team of Knights. I think we've seen time and time again the top leaderboards with very little kills. All of a sudden, they make their move, but unfortunately they get met with full force of the scan. 556, Fake goes down as well. It's only one man standing here for Mikas at about 5 HP in a dream.
Yeah, this is a very scary battle. There's so much third party, there's so many lines of sight that you do not know. You walk over a little ridge, and suddenly 3 people can now see you. There's not much more to it. That's a way to kill someone. There we go. Look at that control as well. That's perfect, especially with I think that's a 4 or a 6 that was on it then. This is Yannick, we were looking at Ewan. He's firing so fast and controlling that recoil so well. Yeah, this is very tricky work, and then once that smoke dissipates, you can imagine this kill will come through, but the smoke's been put back up and you cannot tunnel vision. It's the name of the game here. That could be good. Let's see how well that lands. He'll probably follow up by looking at the 4 times, so we'll see. A bit too far.
Good effort,
strong arm.
He's still continuing on though. He's got 2 kills actually back to back. So that must have been another
decent position. He can be a real nuisance player here.
This is great. All of a sudden, it's one lone rogue player in the final. Well, it's not the final circle, but certainly what could be the final circle because everyone has to crawl the way in.
I'd really like to see
could really cause a problem for them.
If we can get the observers to give us a little bit of a terrain look through here, because the map's great, but I can't see who's got the high ground or what. That's what I want to see.
Perfect.
There we go. Look at this for Rogue as well. Sitting up pretty is very nice for them, but there is a team just above them too, I think, that might be able to kind of be a bit of a spoiler. Yeah, so they could wrap around that and come back on Rogue. I'm not sure who's seen who though. So again, you've got to be aware of how the lines work in this. If you're the Method remaining player, you ain't doing anything. You're waiting for everyone else to make the move, because if you make a noise, everyone's going to turn onto you.
El Giganton have been, I'm assuming they must be lacking meds and just bandaging down here in the ditch. Blaze has been very low health for quite some time. Obviously now you can see it jumping up. He'll get the heal of a time because he's going to be fully stimmed up to the max.
Nice. This opens up a route for him now as well. The more you kind of chip away at other teams, they have to make up their minds, and it slows you down. So this guy can watch the silhouette, sure, but what is that shot?
Thank you!
Those are headshots that you can put in the bank. That sort of play is perfect, and I like this. Give me a Qualifier in these situations. That can dig you out of a position where someone else has a better bit of cover than you. One-shot kill potential. That's what you need here.
He's going to play spoiler again here. So far he's been picking off solo players left, right and centre, just creeping
in. They don't know. Rogue do not know they're here. Grubsy creeps up a little bit closer. Did he just get spotted? I think Rogue just saw him with a jumping peek. That's smart, but it's not smart enough. Yannick goes down, and now where's the rest? The rest of Rogue, or at least the remaining member of Rogue, has to be sweating bullets right now. He knows this player's coming in. There's 3 teams alive, 5 players. Everything matters. 80's still alive here. Hits the deck, crawls it forward, leaves it to these guys to battle it out. I'm playing for position, boys. I'll take you both on later. But can they find the remaining Rogue man? Literally Rogue at this point, and as you highlighted, the terrain. Because
he's so downhill, he's going to be an absolute bugger to see.
And he can see a lot of these players as well. He might get spots and he won't engage until he has to.
That hurt.
Ooh, that nade's a little rough. Ewan going to be feeling it. He's got time though, 44 seconds. I don't know what gear he's got. I can't really see. Does he have a Qualifier? Anything to dig him out of a 1v2? That's what you need here. 80 ain't moving. 80 ain't doing nothing. All right, don't worry about him.
What's in front of him, even the Kar 98 wouldn't save him, because as soon as he takes one, the other one up, he can just go for it. He doesn't have that level. Oh, he's been so patient here.
Exactly. Like that.
He'll wait for a fight and then make his move.
Yeah, exactly. He'll see who wins the fight and play off the back of it. He's going to play it smart. He's not a silly player. He knows what he can do here. He will eventually have to move. It's 18 seconds, but the others will probably engage first. Depends how slowly he can get behind the other team. Now, Ewan, decently geared still. He's got good meds. He's got good everything.
That's the problem for Itzy, is that the circle is going to force him potentially into an engagement. Look at his health as well.
Look at the terrain for Ewan. He can get pretty close here and play that side. I like the way that these guys are pushing up very close to the edge of that hill, so they can hold it. So Itzy's now creeping his way forward.
He can't have meds.
He's going to have to engage at some point. He's going to be forced to engage because of the blue. I think that's as simple as it is. He might have to take a bit of a gamble on this one. He has moved a little closer. Going to have to keep doing the same. Little by little, because this chunks. If you get hit by it once or twice, you know you're in trouble because he has no meds. Oh, God, here we go. He does take the shot. He takes the kill. He can't get away from it. Prone down. He punishes one. This opens up an avenue now for the rogue player. Look at the southern swing. This is Ewan being smart. They don't know about this just yet. The down player might spot it first, though. Extended mag, red dot, locked in, ready to go. He can do this all by himself. 7 kills for his side, boosted up, meted up, and he slowly but surely works away. They're using him for a scout.
Yep.
It's just like, all right, you're dead. I can't do anything more. Here's the spot. Let's see if the kill comes through. He's going to confirm the kill, but it's time to push. Oh, he clutches it! You animal! Rogue lock it down in the end in a 1v2 situation that was a little helped out by the remainder of the Method Men.
Back-to-back wins for Rogue. Little bit of a rough start, but my word, what a way to move into games number 3 and number 4. That's incredible. I'll tell you what's even more incredible. We've had 4 games, and it's been the 2 teams winning it the same time. Like, this is, what a wild level of competition so far.
It's only day 1, Rich. Let's head back to the desk so they can have a good chat about what we just witnessed going down.
Oh, that was a good finish, wasn't it? A Method being 3rd place in the end, almost acting as a little bit of a spoiler there for Atlantis as they had a good position. But Itzy getting that kill sets up Rogue and Ewan later on for the big chicken dinner. 2 in a row! We've had 4 games with only 2 victors throughout day number 1 so far. Rogue getting themselves another.
I'm super hyped for them. I was hard on them at the start of the day because I think that they had a really kind of a rough opening.
Yeah.
Then they got a great rotation in the last one. They got a Rogue circle this time around. We know Rogue thrives on Military Island. And let's be honest, though, they won that game with a little help from their friends. Yeah. Itzy came in, got that first knock, and opened the door for a 1v1 for the 2nd time in 2 games.